The semen retention aura, is it real? What is my experience with it? Can I explain it? The first experience that comes to mind, and I feel really cringy and a little bit arrogant when I explain it, but I'm just being transparent with my experience here. I was living in Taiwan and I was late for a Mandarin class. And as I walked to the classroom door, I bumped into this girl who was not in my class, just smiled at her politely, as you do in such a moment. As I reached for the doorknob and went into my Mandarin class, she kind of followed after me and she didn't say anything. She just kind of like walked behind me, even though that wasn't her classroom. She wasn't in my class. I didn't know her. As I entered the classroom, I kind of like looked back at her and she kind of snapped out of this automatic pilot. And this happened in the first streak when I just found out about semen retention. You know, and I'm not a god and I'm definitely no supermodel. So this happening, the furthest I could get was to explain it as some kind of energetic thing. Two energies that attract each other almost physically like a magnet. And so this is definitely one of the strangest moments I had, but it's definitely not the only one. So I know there's many of you guys out there that wonder, is this a real thing? And can it be explained? Or is it maybe a sort of romantic thing to keep it magical? I'm going to answer these questions authentically, genuinely, and with an experience of close to 4 years of semen retention, but also having coached many men in applying semen retention in their own lives. What's up, man? Welcome back. Good to see you. Glad you're here. As always, your time is valuable, so let's get into the semen retention aura. First thing I want to address is the placebo effect. I cannot start this video without mentioning the placebo effect. Your brain is so powerful and it's an extremely potent thing to expect, visualize, and imagine that other people are attracted to you, or to visualize that your energy is high. This 100% affects you. This is even something that's proven. They ran a big experiment where they had guys meeting girls for the first time, and it was their objective to seduce or at least to be attractive to these women. They told one group beforehand that these women were already attracted to them physically, and the other ones they didn't. The caveat was that these women, of course, hadn't said anything. The group of guys that believed that these women were attracted to them were eventually perceived as more attractive to these women. It's an extremely powerful thing that when you are on a semen retention streak and you are aware of your energy being raised, you are aware of being more attractive, you visualize this, you imagine that someone is attracted to you, this is gonna impact you for a big part. So the first caveat that I need to mention before getting into the things that I can explain. Then, of course, the semen retention aura. I believe for a fact that it is a thing, but I have to mention honestly that I think the placebo effect is a big part of it, and that a romantic side within me likes to think that it is quite magical. A sort of romantic side inside me kind of wants to believe the story as well. That a big part of men watching these videos is that they kind of want to confirm that idea, that they want to hear it. And so I'm not denying it. I do think that there is some part that cannot be explained. And this goes a bit in the direction of placebo and energy. And so now I will explain to you what the tangible things are that can be explained that might create this semen retention aura. First of all, vibration and energy levels. This is something that is being studied more and more. Literally, as a man's energy comes from the lower abdomen, right? It comes from your source, basically, straight from your balls, if you will. And as you fill up your tank, right, and become in control and retain your semen, these cells are literally swimming. They are literally vibrating. There is a measurable vibration that is emitted by these cells, right? So accumulating this as you retain is something that is proven to raise your vibration. So of course, the first two laws of the universe, the first one is vibration, the second one is attraction. You will attract everything that is on your vibration, right? So as your vibration raises, you simply become more attractive to everything around you. So part of this is explained, part of this is proven. There's a big part of this whole conversation that is potentially a little bit romantic or less explainable. So I would say embrace these question marks that are there. It's proven and backed by science that your vibration will raise on semen retention. So on an energetic level, you will become more attractive. Then of course we have self-confidence. I'm not gonna get into that too much. You can watch any of my other videos where I do talk about this a little bit more. But of course, I don't have to tell you. Self-confident, you trust in your self-reputation, you're more attractive to everyone, to everything around you. Number 3, you become more present and more aware, right? I think you might have noticed if you already have some experience, I don't know. You will be more in the moment. These images of porn and masturbation and releasing this fixation on these images and on these urges is decreasing. You will become more in the moment. And I've noticed for a fact that if I was depleted all the time and was watching porn, and when I was in a conversation with a woman, I wasn't really making eye contact. I was simply less interested in someone's energy or things that are below the surface of attractiveness or physical appeal. So you become very flat in interactions. As I started practicing semen retention, I noticed that I was looking people in the eyes very well, felt very comfortable doing so. This is something that's really attractive, right? Especially if you are talking to a woman. Simply making strong eye contact is extremely attractive, and that's just an extension of being more in the moment, right? Making eye contact is one thing, but being present with someone, not being distracted by your mind and things around you, is really attractive. And so this is definitely something that I put under the semen retention aura umbrella, if you will. And then lastly, definitely, if you're doing it correctly, the fact that you are transmuting your energy, you're accumulating your sexual energy, but you are not fixating it on women. The feeling of needing women to like you or find you attractive or to sleep with you, you need that less. Needy kind of desire in that direction becomes less. And this is something that I think you can confirm in your own empirical experience in life, is that when someone is very focused on his path, right? If someone is giving 100% in the gym, in his career, is going somewhere in a very fast pace, in a very determined pace, regardless of men, women, this is something that is universally very attractive. Somebody who has a strong direction and is transmuting this sexual energy that used to go to women and all these places, is being used in this direction to walk his path, right? So the process of correctly transmuting from these distractive, degenerate places, right? From these websites, from needing women, from needing validation, to your own path, this works like a magnet. You're going in a very stable, fast, and clear direction. This pulls in people around you. It pulls in men to be a part of that direction. It pulls in women to be a part of your world and of the ability that you've designed your life, and she wants to be a part of that, or she's at the very least very attracted to that fact. So for that reason, transmutation of that sexual energy is extremely attractive and is something you will carry around in your aura for sure. Hey man, glad that you're still watching. I have an opportunity for a select group of men that are interested in starting their semen retention journey and using that as an engine for their personal development. So if you are at a point in your life where you aren't sure what is your purpose, what to do in life, or that you feel stuck in getting to the next level and are ready to start a transformation, for many years I've used semen retention as an engine, as a catalyst to facilitate those changes. So after this program, you will end with having mastered semen retention and having gotten to that point, to that man that you want to be. And that's a guarantee for every client that I work with. So if you're interested, I'm looking for 3 more men to fill these spots, and then that will be it. You can click the calendar link in the description below. Explore your situation, see what you need, and if we're a good fit to do this together. All right, that's it. See you in the next one.